Your attempt has failed. Please press X to continue. With the death of my Anycubic Photon, I recently had to purchase a brand new 3D printer. So this is my Photon Mono. It has a more powerful screen than what you would have seen in the previous one. And the look of this machine is much more in line with the wash and cure station, and rather than having the full metal enclosure with the door, they've got the lift up panel, which some people like, some people don't. I don't have a strong preference one way or the other. They do, that and the cure station probably do look nicer next to each other. I must admit too, the fact that this thumb drive that comes with actually works was amazing. Like legit, my thumb drive actually works legitimately, and they almost never do. Now, these filters, if you are unaware, are to help get your resin back in the bottle without the lumps. Gloves are very important. I'll explain more of that later. You obviously need the Allen keys. Now, the metal scraper. In the past, they've only ever come with the plastic one, which in a moment you will see in the box there, this still comes with. That is a genuine upgrade. They're not an expensive thing to purchase, but the metal ones are necessary for this. But I'll leave it at that and return back to Face to explain a little bit more on the safety. So as I kind of touched on, the safety aspect of resin 3D printers are very important. The first thing that people tend to skip almost immediately is when it comes to handling the resin, not wearing the gloves. I know that there tends to be a popular myth of it's all exaggerated and it's not really that important, but I can't stress enough that wearing gloves while you're dealing with the resin, even if it's the water washable stuff, is beyond important. Fact of the matter is that the UV curable resins are toxic. This is not an allergy question. They are toxic. There is no grey area. This is black and white. You should never allow that to touch your skin. If it does touch your skin, get it off immediately. The other thing that I would recommend for people that are looking at getting a resin printer would be to look into how to dispose of things in your areas. It's been a little bit hard over here with COVID. A very popular thing with the IPA that's overused is just leaving it in a container outside and waiting for it to evaporate and then throwing the container into the garbage. That's kind of what I've been doing. You don't want that going into your drainage system or your sewers. That's not just irresponsible, but no, you don't want to be doing that. And I'm not just talking about for the fact that because it's going to stink forever, you're going to kill a lot of things. And I do mean kill, unfortunately. Initial impressions on my printer have been very good. I'm very happy with it so far. I still wish that I didn't have to purchase it, but as I touched on in my original video for our Patreons, while testing what appears to be a faulty screen for my Photon, unfortunately the thing that holds the cable in on the touch screen snapped. Essentially, at this particular point in time, making my Photon useless. Unusable. I don't really know if I can hold them responsible for that breaking. But I'm still yet to have a response from Anycubic in regards to the screen. The screen did appear to be faulty before I pulled it back apart to start testing. A new screen at this point is not entirely helpful, given that my printer doesn't work, and even if I got another one, I couldn't guarantee that it's working for months because it doesn't work. I need to reach out to them again to find out A, if the part that broke can be replaced, and if it's financially feasible doing so, and B, if I can get a replacement screen for the one that just was faulty. It's something that happens with these parts. I'm not going grrr Anycubic. Obviously, if I was doing that, I wouldn't have brought another Anycubic. The screens that put the light into the resin are a consumable. Them dying is normal. The replacements arriving faulty can happen with any manufacturing process. Xboxes and PlayStations can arrive never working right out of the box. It doesn't happen all the time, but it can happen. I'm just using those because they are big end products. Anycubic is a much smaller company, so it's just trying to put it in context. But we'll leave it there for the moment, guys. Have you been 3D printing? Have you been looking at 3D printing? If you are, why? What are you looking to do with it? I'm still very much a newbie in this area, but I'd love to hear your thoughts. Play more games.